the show. I'm running a little bit late today because I feel like that's my signature move. So today I wanted to show you some new pieces, and you might think that they're new because we just got them in, but no, that's not the case. These pieces are new because they are what we call patch and release pieces. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Hi, Heather. Hi, Anne-Marie. Oh, look at all of you joining. Hi, Holly. So yeah, these are what we call our patch and release pieces. So as soon as a shipment comes in, we start doing our quality checking to make sure that it meets the standards of either being in Wabi Sabi or being in the full price collection. So patch and release is something where we believe it belongs in the full price collection, except India missed a small patch. So for these pieces, we had to add a small patch, and now we're releasing it as a full price piece. Look at all of you guys joining. It's so nice to see you. So there are only 20 pieces, but honestly, they are beautiful. So again, I think we've gotten really organized with this. If you want to see these specific pieces, if you go to the website and then on the menu, it says Sorry Not Sorry Collections. Is that what it says, Shefali?
Let me check.
Okay, we're just going to check that. It either says Sorry Not Sorry Collections or it says Pure Silk Collections. But those collections are actually the things that we show you in these lives. So the one for today is called the Friday the 13th.
Silk collection.
Pure Silk Collections?
Featured silk.
Featured Silk Collections. So if you go to the menu on the side and you just open up the menu, you'll see one that says Featured Silk Collections. And when you click on that, you're going to see it open up, and the top one or the second one is going to say the Friday the 13th collection. So that's today's collection. Those are the pieces that I'm showing you. So when you're trying to find them, probably the easiest way would be to scroll through there. And if you are online right now and you are happening to scroll through those, your breath is probably being taken away, because mine was when I saw some of these pieces. Thank you so much for joining. It's so nice to see you. So what I'm wearing right now, and I think I'm going to start by showing you pieces like this. So this piece here is a kimono sleeved jacket. So this is my own personal one, and all I've done is tied the front together, but I'm going to show you some that we just added online, like today. They were just added today. So here's one. It's in crepe silk. The colors are gorgeous. Let's see if you can see those. There. So the colors are really, really rich, and the paisley is divine, and it's on a navy blue, which we don't get very often. So this is how I wore my last one. So this is what they look like. I find that people tend to pull these too far down to the front, and you get that same situation where the back gets hiked up and then the front is a little lower. I don't feel like that's really flattering. It would be better to not hike up the back, but to keep the back so that the back and the front are kind of the same length, and then it sits so much better through the front. And what you can do here, and this is how I was wearing mine, is you put your hands in here at the slits, and then you just lift it up so that that back flap covers your butt, and that's a fancy word for bum. And then you take these two pieces, and when you tie them together, you do left over right and under, and then right over left and under. And when you tie a bow like that, it lays flat instead of popping out. So that's how I was wearing the piece that you saw when I came in, and this piece was just released online. Another thing that you can do with these kimono sleeve jackets is, and I do this all the time, turn it inside out. So this is the inside out version here. And then this bottom sleeve where the seam is, and you can see that this is inside out because you can see the French seam right there. You take this and you tie a little knot on it while it's inside out. So if you tie the knot while it's inside out, you're going to find that when you turn it right side out again, that the knot stays on the inside and it doesn't show up. Because if I tried to tie this knot from out here, it would like hang. You can still see it a little, but not much. In fact, it should tuck in, unless I've done something wrong. There. Okay. So it sits like that, and what that does is it narrows the arm in case you want a look that's a little less boxy. And then you can take these two, see? I thought so. I didn't turn it back right side out. Okay, now it's gonna work. Okay, yes, see? Now the knot is entirely on the inside, right there. So you can't see the knot at all. That's the problem with these French seams. You really, especially without my glasses, you can't tell. So yeah, then if you want, you can still take this and tie it up and it gives you that look. Or another thing that I do is I take these two slits here and I tie them together, and that gives you a more rounded look as well. So this gets tied up this way, you have the little knot in the arm, and you end up with something that's a little bit more rounded through here. Or you can wear it boxy like this. So far I've shown you how to wear it tied up here like a jacket or like a jackety top. You can wear it just straight down. You can adjust the sleeve here. You can make the hem rounded here. And then one of our customers, Jackie, came up with this amazing way to wear this that we had never even thought of. So this is very similar to what we figured out last week with the cardigan. So if you take the kimono sleeve jacket and you put it on backwards, like that. So this normally would be the back, but now it's at the front. Then you start here at the bottom and you just let your fingers crawl up till you get to here and then put it over your head. What you're going to see, and you got to pull down the back. There. So what you see is that you get a bolero jacket. So you end up, the hems end up becoming a notched collar. So there's one notch there, there's the second notch there, there's your bolero jacket. It kind of curves up a little bit here at the back. And then if you want, you can tie this together, or you can leave it not tied together. You can do that same thing under the sleeves and add a knot, or don't add a knot, but it opens up a whole new way of wearing this jacket. So there you go. This is our fun new way of wearing the kimono sleeve jacket. And I think with styles these days, like I'm not someone who really follows trends, but if you're wearing something that's high-waisted, this boxy look across the top is really in. But there's so much fabric in there that it would fit anybody. Like there's a lot of room in here, so much room. And then you could, again, tie it or not tie it, depending on what you wanted to do. But there, so that's kind of cute. So this is one of the pieces that just got released today. And again, the best way to find them is to go to the website and then go into the menu and go into featured silk collections. And this is the Friday the 13th collection. So this is one of the pieces. This next one is also quite beautiful. So I love this because it's the softest peach, but that pink is so bold in there, and that green, that minty green, is so bold. And then this color here is kind of like a bluey indigo teal, so it would go really well with jeans. So the fabric itself is really beautiful, but then the icing on the cake is this trim. So let me see if you can see the shimmer there. I think you can see it. So it's actually got gold thread woven through it. I wish I could be sure you guys could see it. So it's got gold thread woven through it, so you see like lines of sparkle that go through it here. So this one, again, is beautiful. And if you're somebody who's traveling, and I'm not, but maybe some of you are, this would be a great piece for travel. It's just so light and breezy. It's in Georgette silk. And again, keep this bottom part pulled down a little bit. Don't be tempted to do this because it's just not going to be flattering. You see how you end up with all of this kind of drape through here? That's not good. You definitely want to take this, pull it back, and make sure that these lines are all even, in which case this sits beautifully across here. So there you go. This next one, so this one is sheer. This next one we have a boxy baby doll dress in as well, and that's kind of unusual because we don't usually have enough fabric to do a boxy baby doll and a jacket. Whoops. So I've got to show you the embroidery on this. So how can I be sure you can see it? There, I think you can see it there. So there's all of these like branches, and then at the ends of the branches there were flowers, and all of this is done in embroidery. And these little flowers here are actually just tiny bunches of thread. So what you've got in terms of the clusters, there's little gold clusters of flowers, there's black clusters of flowers, and then there's kind of like a deep coral. And the actual piece itself is ombre, coral, and white on most of it. So, sorry, on this half here, and not on this half here. So the majority of it, is coral. And then you just have some coral and white there. And again, you want to make sure you pull that down. And when you pull it down, you're going to find that the shoulder seam rests on your shoulder, which is where it should be. So that looks like that. And another way of wearing these that I forgot to show you earlier is, so we have customers who wear the belts in lots of different ways. So obviously you can take the belt and you can wrap it around like this. And that looks really cute, actually. Nothing wrong with that. Looks kind of adorable. On me, because I'm short-waisted and my bum is a little high, I prefer not to have a belt cut me right there. So what I do is I take the belt and I put it through one sleeve, then I put it behind me, and then I put it through the other sleeve. So what you see is a belt coming out here and a belt coming out here in the sleeve. Then you take this, you crisscross it at the front, tie a little knot, and again, if you do left over right and under, and then right over left and under, you'll get a bow or a little tie that sits flat. And you'll see that there is definition in the front from this. Let's see if I get there. Definition in the front here, and in the back, you end up with a straight line, which for me is a better look. So that's how come I do it this way. And then I've also had customers who wear it this 1/3 way. Now I find it a little restricting through the arms, but there are people who swear by it. So you put the tie through the sleeve and then across the front instead of across your back, and then through that sleeve, and then you tie it. And what it does is it ends up cinching the sleeves together, and you kind of have to pull that up and pull that up, and there. Then you would tie a bow here. So this is the 3rd way. I don't know how I feel about this one. It might be just that it needs a different body shape. It might be your body shape, so you could give it a try and see what you think. But if you do it this way, you do get restricted range of motion, so that's a problem. But if you're okay with that, you also get this really cool line. You get a straight line through the back with a bit of a gather through there. So I'm pretty sure that is the final way to wear these. Hi, Sheena. Haven't seen you in a while. You have to join Soup. Actually, all of you should join Soup. So there's a link on our website. It says, I believe it's on the About Us page, in the About Us part of the menu, and it says join Soup. Soup is the social organization of uplifting people, and that is you guys. Because as I always say, I get to meet you guys, and you guys are unbelievable people, and you don't get to meet each other. So I'm hoping that Soup will be an opportunity for you to meet each other. So you can see just some of the people who are wearing the same clothes as you. And I kind of believe that some sort of a networking thing will happen that will somehow result in the greater good for a bunch of people, because I find that as soon as you start putting minds together, magic starts to happen. So I'm hoping that Soup becomes kind of like the, there is a word I'm looking for. Okay, I'm gonna need help again. Maybe you're a science person, Shafali. A culture? No, like remember, you know how if you wanna grow cells, you put them into a solution or something?
Like in a petri dish?
Like in a petri dish. So maybe it's the petri dish. Soup can be the petri dish for you guys to get to know each other and make really great, amazing things happen. Because if you watch Play by Your Own Rules, which is our every other Wednesday segment, you will start to get to see some of the absolutely incredible people who are part of our community. Okay, this pink one is so adorable. I am sure that if this had been released earlier, it would have sold immediately. It's got kind of like a pinky undertone there with different shades of teal blue and black. And then here you have 2 different shades of fuchsia with a little bit of white underneath. This is another amazing piece for travel. It's so light and airy, and it's bright without being like in your face crazy. So again, the place to find these, you go to the menu, you click on menu, and then you click on featured silk collections. The first collection I believe is Priya's pick, which I add to like all the time. And then those are just pieces that I find in the store that I'm like, how has this not sold? And then the second collection should say Friday the 13th collection, which is this collection. Okay, so for my blue fans, the next 3 are blue. And if you are a fan of embroidery, you're going to go bananas when you see, not this one, but the next one. So this is another really soft silk. Like it is butter. It's a crepe silk. It's got these tiny little, it's like thread work. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like they take a silver thread, they put it through and then knot it. And that's what creates the little sparkle. So it's along the one sleeve. And then you can also see that it's, don't know, I hope you can also see that there's like some here, there's some across here, there's some across here. And then there's black and then 2 different shades of blue is what you're really looking at here. It's just a lovely silk though. This is one of those, it looks like the sky and it feels like the sky. It's beautiful. So there you go there. So this is just added today as well. Now this next one I'm going to show you. If you are a fan of embroidery, you're just going to want to appreciate this because it's just such beautiful embroidery. It's kind of bananas actually. So have a look at that there. Don't know if you can fully appreciate it. This is appliqued on into the sari. So I honestly don't even know how they did it because this fabric in here, this is the reverse side of it, is different than this fabric here. And you can very clearly see that this has been sewn in. But I don't know how because it looks like they've cut out the background one as well. So you can see through these 2 spaces here. I've never seen anything like it. I don't even know how it was created. So it has the appearance of an applique, but it's an applique where the fabric has been removed and the applique replaces the fabric. It's very, very ornate. It's beautifully done. Just spectacular, really. So those appliques are on both sides. Wow. So again, you want to pull this down a little bit so that the shoulder seam falls on the shoulder and not in front. And then you can see the appliques there and there. I think even if you just took a magnetic button and put a magnetic button here, that would show off the appliques really well. There. So there you go. That's what this one looks like. And then in addition to that work there with the appliques, it's got these beautiful sequins through here. It's just beautiful there. So again, this was just released today. It's a kimono sleeve jacket, and there are a few more of these. There's also some dusters, and then there's some boxy tops. So if that's what you were looking for, today's the day you'll see them. So this here, like, guys, it's so soft. It's beautiful shades of, different shades of sky blue, and then you've got that lovely green, and then this color here, it's a gray. But it kind of has pinky undertones, but it's definitely a gray. So this would go with your grays. It would go with your blues, your blue jeans, and your blacks. Another piece that would be spectacular for travel. And then the sleeves. Hi, nice to see you. Oh, hi, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Damini? Yeah, probably Damini. So we were chatting this early. I was chatting with Damini earlier, and she runs something called Masala Ministries, which raises awareness for human trafficking and for the need for medication in India. And we're actually going to be collaborating on something coming up soon, so keep your eye out for that. It sounds like what she's doing is amazing, and I appreciate so much that you were willing to get us involved. So there's the border on that. So just beautiful. Like, considering that, you know, we don't release new pieces every day, these ones are spectacular. Okay, so this one here, colors that always seem to sell. We have red with black, absolutely gorgeous. So this color in here is kind of like a pink, a flesh tone. And then you've got the black and you've got the deep red. It's got this fun little circle on the back here, kind of like an abstract. I feel like we could have put another patch there and we would have had a face. That would be nice. If that's what you want, let me know. We'll put another patch there for you. But there is one tiny patch there. Beautiful. again, would match so many things, a great wardrobe staple. Here's another one with embroidery, and it's really neutral. So I want to say that this is a taupe, because it does definitely have gray and brown undertones, but then it's got all of this embroidery here. There's embroidery here at the sleeves. So even though it has all this embroidery, it's quite understated because of the color. And there's embroidery on the belt as well. I feel like this would be a really nice piece if you were an older lady of a certain age who has brown hair with gray coming in. I feel like this would really like complete the look, and then you could wear something bright with jewelry in that with it. But it's just so understated, and the silk is gorgeous. Okay, this next one also was just released today, and I want to show it to you, but I also want to tell you about it. I love it. It is the prettiest pattern. I'm hoping this does it justice. So it kind of looks like an antique kind of a white background, and then the flowers are done, they're somewhere between a pastel and not a pastel, so they do have some vividness to them, but I think because they're printed onto this very antique cream background, it just looks really old-fashioned-y. The fabric is beautiful. So this one is sheer, but just like I see this with a pair of jeans, and it would be so beautiful. So I think somebody who has summer coloring, this would work really well because it allows you to have a bit of color without overwhelming your skin tone. Because there are people who are summers, who cannot wear those really vivid colors. So if you want to add color, you have to be careful about the density of the color. And this, I think, has the right hues for that. I think it would also suit everybody else, but I think it would be particularly well suited for somebody who's summer colors. It really is beautiful. And on me, this is not a skin tone. This is lighter than a skin tone, but I think on a lot of people with more fair skin, this would end up being a skin tone, which I think could be very flattering. Okay, there's just one more of the kimono sleeve jackets, and then I need your help, please. Thank you. So this is the last one that's a jacket, and again, the silk on this, I would have to say of all the silks I felt today, this one is by far the softest, which is kind of hard to believe because the rest of them were really soft, but this one, it's got a hand to it that just, it feels like butter. It's got this coolness to it when you touch it, but then it also has that warmth as if it's melting in your hands. It's an exceptional silk. So the color here is kind of like a smoky blue veering to gray, but definitely blue. And then you have all these different shades of green. You've got this kind of like a feathered pattern here, through here, or feathers or scales. I want to say feathers. Beautiful diagonal stripes running through here. You can see that. Really just a sensational piece. Again, it would be perfect for travel because you could even wear this as a bathing suit cover-up. And again, if you're looking for these pieces, the best place to find them is in the menu, in the menu, and then under featured collections, and then you look for today's, which is the Friday the 13th collection. So this is what it would look like on. You can see there how the pattern would look, and then you get that beautiful pattern on the back. Let's see if I can get close enough to show you. There. So that's what it looks like. And that is the last of the newly released kimono sleeve jackets. We also released 8 dusters, and they're also really nice. I'm going to start with my absolute favorite because it's so pretty. Okay, so here we go, guys. It's my digital print favorites again. Have a look at that. Isn't that exceptional? So it's different shades of green. It's got this beautiful red in it. It has these dusty rose flowers down here at the bottom. It's almost like the center of this flower is done in jewels with pearls and other gemstones. What else can I show you about this? Look at that flower there. I think that that's a hyacinth. That looks like a chrysanthemum. And then at the front here, you've got more of these gorgeous, like this is the kind of stuff I love. So the fact that it's mostly green, you'd be like, yeah, green with dusty rose, that's totally makes sense, that works. Or green with red, that totally makes sense. But green with dusty rose and red, that's where you blow my mind. And that's how I feel about this one, is when you look at these colors together, I'm just in awe of the color combinations, like even right down to that gray there. So this one I will try on because she's very pretty. A real statement piece. Just look at that. So again, if you're traveling, this would make a great bathing suit cover up. You could definitely put it with the belt on and tie it there. You could wear it to breakfast in whatever resort you're staying in. You could wear it to dinner. It's just that amazing a piece. I hope this one goes soon because otherwise I'm going to have to keep hearing it call my name. And I do love her very much. Let me show you the back again. So there. So that's my favorite. Now these other ones, the next three I'm going to show you are pretty cool because they are kind of all just a single color, which we don't get very often. Yeah, Holly, I know. This one, I do not expect this one to last long. I will tell you the name. No, I won't. Yes, I will. Nope, I won't. I can't because I did not bring my glasses. Nope, you're gonna have to find it yourself. But look at that. It's spectacular. Okay, so these next ones I'm gonna show you, I wanted to show you because they are unusual in that they are all these really fun colors and they are primarily that one color. So, and this doesn't happen very often. So here are 4 pieces. And you can see the 4 colors that we're looking at here. This one is this gorgeous shade of, I want to say it's a teal. It's not an emerald green and it's mixed with magenta. It is it probably says it's a crepe, but it's a really thin crepe. So it feels more like a Georgette. Yeah, it says it's a crepe, but it feels more like a Georgette. And then have a look at that paisley that's down the front there. There you go, you can see it there. So these 2 panels at the front have incredible paisley on them. And those would have been the palos to the sari. And then this would have been the entire rest of, oopsie, there. This would have been the rest of it here. Beautiful soft silk, amazing colors. I feel like if you were going somewhere like tropical, this would be really great. You would fit right in. So this one was just released today. And then here are a few more that are just all kind of one color. Oops. So this is very similar to the, I'm going to have to hang these up to show you. This one is similar to the one I just showed you in the teal. Whoops. And there it goes. Okay. So this one here, you can see that, can you see? Yes, you can. That the fabric is kind of striped. The way that it's woven, there are stripes woven into the fabric. So even though what you see here is this beautiful pattern, you also see the stripe from the fabric in it. Hi, Margot. Margot, I know you just joined and I have to show you this. Look at this one. This has your name written all over it. It's really beautiful. Okay, so this pink one here, and what's kind of fun is Anshul put, you can't even see it, but Anshul put a little border right across here at the back. And it looks like it's just always been there. So this one is, again, one of the new releases. It's beautiful. I don't know, oh, can you guys see the gold in there? So this is one of those ones that has, can you see it? There, yeah, you saw it there for a sec. So you can see these little spots where there's gold kind of embroidery that runs through it. So I think you can kind of see it here. And that runs through the whole piece. So it's so hard to show you guys these pieces, but this one's quite spectacular, and I love those little bits of gold in it. And then down here, you have marigold or orange, somewhere between a marigold and an orange, which looks amazing with the pink. And then look at these other colors that are in there with it. It's such a special piece. So again, the place to find these is in the menu under Pure Silk Featured Silk Collections. The second one is Friday the 13th collection. That's today's. Okay, so here's another one that is primarily one color. It's a Georgette. It's got a bit of a tone-on-tone thing happening there with a leaf pattern. There you can see it. And then on the front, this would have been the polo of the sari. You've got some different shades of black and gray, and then a little bit more of a maroon there, and the rest of it is a magenta. So this was just released today as well. For the ones that are made of Georgette, because the fabric is so sheer, it's really easy. Well, first of all, make a great bathing suit cover up, but it's also really easy to take these bottom pieces, kind of the same way that we did with the jacket, and you can lift this up and tie it here. And even though you're dealing with more fabric through here, because the fabric is so sheer, it really doesn't add a lot of bulk. So you can take this and tie it up this way, and maybe even tuck that in, whatever you want to do with that. And it won't make you look like you have a big tummy because the fabric is so thin. Sorry, I wasn't here for the beginning. These are just newly released from the last shipment. So they were all added to the website today. You wouldn't have been able to find them on our website prior to today. They were just added today, but they actually came in a previous shipment that we just hadn't had time to process them yet. So they are technically new to you and fairly new to us. The new shipment is still not here. We've delayed it now because, as many of you know, I'm working on a new summer style, and it's going to be like a caftan. So we finalized the design for it, and I sent the measurements of exactly what I want it to look like to Anshul today. So she's going to make one of those and then send it back so that we have a sample, and that's what we're waiting on right now, is for that sample to be made so it can be shipped. And then we'll have our first piece of that. And then my plan is, moving forward, that what we're going to do is get a new shipment in every month, which is probably better for them in India too, because she needs to keep these the artisans on payroll. And so what she's been doing is even before I've been asking for pieces, she's just been getting pieces made so that she can continue to pay for them. So it was a bit of a win and a lose, because what we did is we bought so many pieces all at once. She was able to hire so many people. And then we had so much that we didn't order for a while. So that's not a really good way for us to make sure that those workers have what they need. So we're going to try to spread it out more. And thank you, Nikki. I really appreciate that you sent me that picture. So I can tell you what it's going to look like. Is it that one? I know. Who was it? Oh, okay. Congratulations. You got a great one. What I was going to tell you, right. So the new style. So it's really hard to describe. Give me a second. I'm going to go see if I can grab something, and then I can describe what the style is going to look like. But I think even when I describe it to you, you're going to be like, I don't get it, because it's a little hard to wrap your head around. But give me 1 second. So in many ways, the new style is going to look like this caftan, but this is how it's going to be different. So do you see how this caftan has sloping shoulders? The one that we're getting is going to have a straight cut out this way. So it will not be sloped downwards. It'll be kind of straight like that. It's going to have a V at the front. It's going to still be like a narrow neck, but it'll be deeper. Yes, it did sell. I'm so sorry, Margot. I knew it was going to go fast. Sorry. It's going to have a deeper V. And then this is, because the goal was to try to find something that would fit more people. So what we've done is, in addition to having an armhole here, where your arm comes out the side, we're going to create an opening here at the top. So you can put your arm through the top here and almost kind of have it sleeveless, or you can put your arm through here in which case it would come down to here. So that's one of the places where you can have some variation depending on your body size. The other thing we're doing, and this is very similar to the one that you sent me, Nikki, the one that we had designed and then forgotten about that you had purchased. So it's going to have a bit of a flutter to it. So on the side here, you can see how this edge is totally sewn together. What's going to happen on the new one is that this is all going to be open, so it's going to flutter. And then there's going to be just a tiny little bit of sewing here and then down to about here. So it'll be entirely open on the side with the exception of this and this, well, to about here, so that you can't see through and see like body through the side. You'll have a sleeve, an opening, and then this will all be closed, and then there'll be a slit at the bottom. And that, of course, will be on both sides. And the last way, and it's going to be 4 inches longer than this. So this is 44 inches. It's going to be 48 inches long. And the other thing is through the center here, we toyed with the idea of putting in belt loops, but then I always think if you put in belt loops and then somebody doesn't use the belt, you end up with these loops that are just kind of hanging out there looking like something's unfinished. So we're going to create ruching through here, but the ruching will be on the inside of the piece, so you won't be able to see it from the outside. And I think we're only going to be doing these in crepe, by the way. So you'll see only the ruching from the inside, not the outside. And you'll be able to pull the strings together and create gathers through here in the front or through here in the back, which will allow you to cinch this part in. The only other thing you need to know is that when we make the caftan, the way we do it is we take the sari and we fold it in half. But I mean, there is a seam at the top, but in terms of cutting it, that's what it looks like. So what we're doing with this, in order to get that longer length, we're actually going to take 2 different coordinating saris, and this half will be one sari, and this half will be another sari, and then it'll be the same on the back, where it's half one and half the other. And I think that that's going to be really flattering, because one of the issues with this style, and I mean, it goes both ways, right? Sometimes it makes it better, sometimes it makes it worse, is that you have the same pattern all the way across, which kind of makes it look like it can look boxy. But if you have a panel here and another panel here, what you end up with are columns that are going to be elongating. So you'll have an elongating column on this side in one fabric, an elongating column on this side in a coordinating fabric. So that's the dream. We should have a sample of it soon enough, and then I will be able to show it to you, and then we can tweak it. So this was the third piece that I was going to show you that has mostly one color. Again, it's a gorgeous silk in the most vibrant shade of purple, and it's got, you can totally see them. Hi! Oh, hi! Hi, yes, I'm doing a live. Come on in. So this is one of our customers, Anne. Come on and say hello.
Oh, hey! I love this store. Hi, Leah. How are you?
Oh, there's.
What are you showing us?
These clothes right here.
Amazing.
These are all just new arrivals, and I was just showing everybody what they were, and then I was just telling everybody about a new style that we're making. Are you guys heading out for dinner?
We're
Somewhere
looking for a place to
for
go.
Oh, you don't know where to go.
Well, we're
Maybe the
thinking
chicken place.
Chicken place is nice. Shafali, good ideas. Shafali's here. She runs
Oh.
on James North. She
This
knows
is my
everything.
friend Kathy and Hugh.
Hi. Hi, Kathy. Hi,
Yeah.
Hugh. Shafali, any suggestions?
Jeff said he was writing up your story.
Oh, yeah.
Hello,
He sent
hello.
the photographer this week.
Did they?
Yeah, so we're going to be in the Hamilton Spectator.
Good. Just looking for
On a different topic, what is the code for that blue caftan?
Message was for Mexican.
Okay, she's in the middle of a Facebook.
That's okay. We do. It seems like every time I do a live on a Friday night, we get drop-in visitors. Wouldn't you
Well,
say?
it is our
outside.
problem.
Yeah. Can you read that?
Yeah, that's a great cover up, Shafali. Is that from here?
Yeah, this is our wool dusters. This is the ocean.
Can you tell Sheena what this is?
So Sheena, it's PRC 2522. It's called Grenada Flycatcher. It's really pretty.
Beautiful.
I think these are very you colors. You'll like this a lot.
Yeah, it's very much you.
Yeah.
Very you.
Beautiful.
Okay.
See you later.
See you later. Are you going to join that thing, the master class with us?
When's that?
With Sandy?
Sandy who?
Sandy Reynolds?
Oh, yeah, but did she email me?
She did. We have to finalize like a time of day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be
I know
fun.
she emailed me once, but I don't think I got a second email. Okay.
Sandy, if you're watching, Sandy's right there. Sandy, that was Anne. And we need to get this sorted out. So, okay, take care. Yeah, I'm not surprised you're drooling, Sheena. It's really nice. But this one is also really nice because we don't get this vivid shade of purple very often. It's funny how every Friday we end up with drop-ins. It's kind of nice. It makes you feel like you're part of a community. So yeah, look at this great purple. It's amazing. If you have brown eyes, this is definitely the purple you want. Wow, I love this purple. So there, that's what it looks like on. In all fairness, I should tell you it's a smidge itchy. PRC is crepe. Yes, PRC is crepe, but sometimes the crepes are really sheer. So this one is a PRC, but it's also kind of sheer. There. Yeah, you can see how sheer it is from there. Usually if it's a PRC, you don't necessarily have to wear a bra underneath it. And maybe that's the difference.
They're going to Mesa.
Oh, Mesa's always good. Yeah. So yeah, this one, so again, I was saying it's just a little bit itchy. I wouldn't say it's painful. But the caftan was a PRC. Yes, this caftan is a PRC. Isn't that strange? Shefali, the caftan was a PRC. But this is definitely a PRG.
It might just be a miss.
It's a mistake. Yeah. This is definitely a PRG and not a PRC.
Oh, it's not a crepe at all.
It is not a crepe at all.
It's the furthest thing from a crepe.
Yeah.
But the number says PRC.
You want to go change it?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go change that. That is definitely sheer. Yeah, sometimes things slip by. I don't know how these big conglomerates, when they do things, how they don't make mistakes all the time. I can only assume it's because they have one product and they just need to get the one product right and then they just replicate it. But for us, where every product is different and every fabric is different, there's just so much room for human error, which is beautiful because, you know, we're human and not perfect, but equally frustrating because when something says that it's sheer and it's not, that's a problem. Okay, so lovely purple, really lovely purple, actually. Also great for travel. It's like it is a gossamer. Yeah, it really is so sheer. I'll message Anshul because she's the one who, so the problem probably starts there with when we get the saris, we pick them. Okay, and I've just picked a bunch of new ones, by the way, yesterday. And honest to God, the fabrics we're getting are breathtaking. Like I keep getting distracted. But so we go through the saris and my goal is always to say no because we see so many and I really want to be careful to pick only the best ones. So I think you make very few errors. Thank you, Sheena. That's so nice of you to say. We all are trying and we all are double checking each other and it still happens. So, yeah, so I try to say no as much as possible. I'm like, if I'm even like iffy, I'll be like, nope, just nope, too much yellow, too much green. No one's going to wear that shade of orange. That's too much rust. We've got enough rust. And so I keep doing that over and over again. And then so that's my goal actually, is to try to do that. But we've been just getting so many fabulous saris that I'm end up like, I can't believe it, but yes, definitely yes, put it in the jumpsuit pile. Yes, we have to have that. I don't even know what we're going to make with it. Put it in the general pile because we're just getting some unbelievable fabrics. A lot of embroidered fabrics with that stitching in it. Like, hold on, I'll show you. A lot of fabrics that are like this, where it's not really so much that it's embroidered. Oh, no, that's okay. Thank you. I never thought you were, Margot. You guys, I say it all the time, you are the sweetest group of people. And anytime you guys point something out, I know you're doing it to be helpful, and we appreciate it so much. We never, at the end of the week, oh, that one. Too. That's a nice one, too. So see how this has, like, the stitching work done on it, and it's kind of like tone on tone? We're getting a lot of this kind of fabric. So really, really high quality crepe silks with embroidery that's not really flashy, but kind of there. So yeah, stay tuned because some beautiful, crazy beautiful pieces are going to be coming your way. So I already showed you this one. I already showed you this one. I already showed you this one. Okay, this one here. So there are only one. Oh, that's beautiful. I might have the matching boxy top for that one. So this here is grays and magentas Sheena, this one may also have your name on it, by the way. I think online the pictures look like it has green in it, but it doesn't. It is entirely gray and magenta. And there you can see that, yeah, lucky somebody. Really, there's some beautiful pieces there. So that is gorgeous. But I feel like the colors in this make it so easy to work with because you've got gray, perfect neutral. You've got the magenta, but that's really the only color in it. And then you've got black, so it's gonna go with that. And in here, there's no white, but I feel like you could always wear it with white too. So it's a really great neutral, and I feel like these stripes are also going to be elongating, and they're across the back as well. So this one here is, I really should have brought my glasses. PRG something, 2083 maybe, I don't know. But the place to find them is if you go into the menu and you go on featured silk collections and you find the Friday the 13th collection. That's where you're gonna see these pieces. Okay, so this next one, so it's a really fun kind of a color. The silk on this is ridiculously soft, so that's something you need to know. And then it's got these little swirls of black in pink. The background color is a chartreuse. And I find that people are asking for chartreuse, especially as we move into warmer weather, because it's almost a neutral. So chartreuse and green and magenta and black and pink with a fun little, oh look, a little sun. That's kind of nice. So this one is there too. And then this one, I can't believe we have this one because there's a top, I'm just gonna disappear for a second, that everybody loves. It might have sold. If I find it, I'll add it to the collection. But we had a matching boxy top for this that everybody was going crazy for. And then I don't know what happened to it. But this fabric is stunning. There you go, right there. So again, it looks like it's an antique fabric. It's pinks and a pinky coral, but I'd say more pink than coral. I wouldn't say it's flamingo, even though that really worked last time. It's definitely pink. And that is an indigo and a periwinkle, and then that's a deep green. It's got some silver thread work that runs through it in polka dots. So can I show you the polka dots? Yeah, I think you can see them. So they're kind of running down this way. Can you see the little polka dots? So the polka dots are gold, and the polka dots are in the fabric. Then they're not even fully round like a polka dot. They're kind of, I don't know, they're not, I don't know how to describe that. I don't even know if I can show it to you. It's kind of like a rectangle, but it's not because it's rounded across the top. So this is what it looks like. It's a circle, but the sides of the circle have been sliced off like an onion with the two ends cut off. And what you're left with is the top of the circle, the bottom of the circle, and two straight lines. That's what you're looking at there. So it has gold in that pattern that runs down through it, and then it's got this freaking gorgeous panel here at the front. And that, I would say, is a true emerald green. It's gorgeous. So again, if I find the matching boxy top to this, I will definitely add it to this collection, because if you can get both, you should get both. It's beautiful. And I think there's only one left of these. Oh, this one's so pretty. I feel like I've seen this one before. That's funny. So it has a really great color blocking here. You've got the green, you've got the burnt orange, and then it's paired with the magenta, which is fun. I would say that it has a 70s vibe until you see that really bright green. Very non-ethnic patterning. It's kind of just a fun little zigzaggy triangle and then some swoopy things in here. And the silk, again, really gorgeous. And then that leaves us with boxy tops. So these boxy tops were just added. There's 9 of them, so I'll show you 4 of them first. This one here, just a peach with a little, almost look like a paint splatter of magenta, so peach and magenta. That would go so well with so many of the magenta pieces we have here. This one, teal, gray, magenta, and kind of like a cardboard color. Maybe taupe. Let's call it taupe. This one is so much fun. I don't know if you guys can see the embroidery on that. It's insane. This one is a showstopper. This with a pair. Oh, I don't. This with anything. Okay, I have to try this on. Oh, this matches this. Here. So we do have a set, newly released set. That looks fun together, right? Okay, so this one here, it's so pretty. So this one is, I've described this to you guys a million times. This is a bondini, which means that a stick was poked in, thread was tied around, it was dipped in the dye, then the thread was removed, and what you're left with is basically a resist print. This one here has all of this work on the front. It's so pretty. Wow. And I don't even like boxy tops, and I love this. So have a look at that. There. It's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. Even if you were to pair that with like a longer jacket or duster or something, or even a cardigan, so that what you saw was this, that's so beautiful. And some of these sequins here are iridescent shades of orange. And then it's got some orange embroidery in it too, right there. Really, really pretty. And then the other side doesn't have any embroidery on it. That one's for you. It is so pretty. It is, honestly. The number of times I've said this one's for me, I gotta draw the line somewhere. And, okay, so yeah, I was showing you the other side. So the other side doesn't have any embroidery, but have a look at this beautiful, I guess, I don't even know what it's called, like pattern right here. And oh, look, you can tell that this was done by hand. So it's, sometimes they make this bondini stuff by machine, in which case it's like a print of a bondini or a tie-dye. You can tell that this one is not machine made, because can you see how these lines are not perfectly straight and they don't repeat with the same errors? And even these little spots here are not identical. So if you are a Persian rug person, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because that's how you can tell a handmade Persian rug from a machine-made Persian rug, is you look for flaws. And if you find places where it's missing symmetry, or where, you know, a leaf is just slightly off, that means it had human error, wabi-sabi, if you will. And that's what makes it so special. So this is definitely a handmade piece. So somebody actually tied all of these knots by hand to create this design. It's gorgeous. Okay, so that's this one. And I think there's just a couple more to show you. I've shown you that, I've shown you that. So it's just these guys, and then we're done. Okay, so this one here, fun little polka dotty piece. And it's pretty much the same front and back. It's just cream, but kind of white ecru, and black and red. Great piece to wear underneath things. It was just released today. Ooh, that's fun. That's really spectacular. I'm gonna have to show you guys that one. Okay, so this here, it's all tie-dyed. It's tie-dyed over top of a gold embellished fabric. So you can see that, like, that's a satin in there. That's all embroidery. And then there's more satin down there. And it's got a bit of a texture in that satiny part. I think you can see it there. And then on top of that, you have tie-dye in purple. I'm gonna say it's a really dark purple. And then here you have a lighter purple. It is a work of art. Just absolutely stunning. So on the other side, it only just has this little bit of a border. It doesn't have that full border there. And the border itself is so pretty. Look, it's just like little flowers that are stylized. It's really nice. And I don't remember seeing any other piece in this fabric, which means we're probably going to be getting more in this fabric. The other parts of the sari are still on their way. And then, oh, there's just these. No, did I show you those? No? Yes? No? Okay, so I showed you this one already. Oh, I didn't show you this one. Okay, so this one here, oh, also really nice. I think we have I feel like we have a side tie top, a side tie tunic in this fabric. And then Anshul put this border down here in the center. There must have been an issue with the fabric somewhere. But I think that looks really pretty there. It's slightly off center. It's beautiful. and you can also wear it this way. And then there's this little soft baby. And now, is she sheer? She is sheer. Very, very delicate, with delicate paisleys, pale gray, kind of like gold, but it's not a shiny gold. And then cream. So different shades of gray, cream, and kind of like an ecru color in there. No, I said ecru, but I meant ochre. There, you can see the pattern there. It's really pretty. And then this is the last one. This one's kind of funky. This one, oh, and it's really soft. So, how does that work? Okay, so this is a combination. You can see there. So some of it is sheer and some of it is satin. So this is the sheer part, and then this part here is woven to be satin, and it's really soft. And then this part here is all satin, and then you get some more less sheer over here. So the way the fabric is, you can kind of see it through the back. So satin, sheer. It's really hard to show you guys. It alternates between satin and sheer. So I guess it's half see-through, but I will try it on because it's kind of nice. The satin feels like a dream on this. Okay, so the flowers and the checkers are on that side, and then this side you have different sized checkers and a green border. Just like that. Really soft though, guys, like just kind of makes you want to do this all day. This is your sensory experience for the day. That's it. That's all. I wanted to show you guys these again. I will link it up in the story, but you'll find them in the menu under featured silk collections, and it's the Friday the 13th collection. And what else do you need to know? If you have not joined Soup yet, you'll find the link there to join Soup. Soup is just a place where I post something silly like, hey, post a fun animal picture. Thank you, Anne-Marie. They are really great pieces. It's fun to see them coming out still. Or, you know, tell me where you live without telling me where you live, that kind of stuff. It's really just an opportunity to join the conversation, and who knows, maybe something that you say will resonate with somebody else. Have an awesome weekend, everybody. Thank you, Sheena. You still need to post something in Soup. You are a key member of Soup. You just don't know it yet. And what else do I need to tell you? I'll let you know when that piece is coming in. And I think that's it. Is there anything else, Shefali?
No.
We're going to be in a fashion show soon. Mid-February, we're going to be in the Hamilton Week. February 18th in the Hamilton Week Fashion Show. Fashion Week Fashion Show. And we're also going to be at the Mode Show. So if there is a boutique that you know around you and you're like, how come you don't carry Sorry Not Sorry? Maybe reach out to them and let them know that we'll be at the Mode Show, because we would love to sell them SAR silks so that you can buy from them, and that way you get to feel them too, for those of you who don't live in Hamilton. Have a fabulous weekend, everybody. As always, it is a pleasure. Thank you, Sheena. As always, it's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to spend time with you. Have a good night. Bye.